This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by Grammar, because fitted isn't a word. It's Monday, February 27th, 2023. I'm Aaron, and this is my wonderful Monday morning co-host, Chris.
Hello, it's Monday.
We'd like to welcome you back to Another Great Day. And if you didn't catch on to that sponsor, yes, I said the word fitted last week and was promptly corrected by wiser, more grammatically regal folks than myself. So thank you.
we try our best, but sometimes our best falls short, and we keep working at it.
We have yet to bring Clippy, the autocorrect AI, into our lives. So until then, you're stuck with us and our very normal brains. Hey, Chris, what are you working on over there?
Hey, P, I didn't hear you come in to my special space science lab here at Cavendish Laboratory.
Oh, well, this place sure is fancy. Man, I always forget about your passion for atomic physics. Do you think you could make me a root beer?
Sure thing. I just need to aim this radiation at some paraffin wax.
Hey, Chris, what does this thing do?
Careful, AP. That's
what?
Don't
Wait,
do that.
What? Buddy, I'm so sorry.
No big deal. I'll just measure the range of those protons later.
What a forgiving co-host. Oh, man. Well, this ties into this day in the year 1932. That's 91 years ago, folks. Most of you were not alive. That's right. In the year 1932, the neutron is first discovered by Sir James Chadwick at the Cavendish Laboratory, the very place Chris was just fake working. It would be like finding a tiny world. How cool is that? So let me ask you a question, listening audience. If you were the king or queen of a tiny world, what would you name it? Take a few seconds and discuss. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. What do you think, Chris?
Aaron, is there a connection between radiation and paraffin wax?
Well, I am not prepared to go into the details of this, but I did do some light research. And James Chadwick was one of several people who discovered the neutron by charging up some ionized beams, I think.
Okay.
And shooting it at some substances. And because of the dispersion of the protons and the weight left over, they realized there were other particles still present that did not have a positive charge. So
you're saying they pointed an electric laser beam at some wax. What was left over proved there was something they didn't know.
Correct. There was something there that they didn't notice
there before?
There may be something there that wasn't there before. Mrs. Potts was also there.
Singing a song.
I love that song, by the way. That's a great scene. Yes, thank you for putting me on the spot, Chris, to explain astrophysicist talk things. I mean, atomic physics.
I'll make it sound good.
I really appreciate you. Well, this next segment is called the question of the day. And if you're new to this, we're going to ask you a question. And just like Chris did, we're going to encourage discussion. So he encouraged me to discuss something, and we kind of ambled upon the way and found some answers there. So we'll ask a question. We'll give you about 10 seconds to answer. And if you need more time, feel free to pause the show and come right back. We'll be waiting for you. Today's question of the day is, would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? We'll be right back. All right, Chris, you've spent a lot of time around ponds. Would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond?
I'm going to say a small fish in a big pond because I want room to grow and explore.
Ooh.
I don't want to be the top yet.
I like that.
because at the top of things, you got to have responsibility, and maybe you're too big to even go do the things you want to do because you're the big fish.
Now, listening audience, this is unrehearsed. We don't usually go over these discussion questions together before we record. And this is funny. I have the exact same answer. I wanted to be a small pond and a big fish so that I had room to both grow and explore.
Oh, wait. Sorry, you said small pond. You meant small fish and big pond.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Remember that grammar thing? Yes.
We word well. We word it all the time. Words.
Words for me in my brain head. Yes, I would like to be a small fish in a large pond so that I have room to grow and explore. I love
so
exploring.
Funny.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. In fact, I was looking at a trip to Carlsbad Caverns last night, and admission. Do you know how much admission to Carlsbad Caverns is?
$7.
$1 per person.
What? $1?
$1.
$1 buck?
I was alone in my living room, and I go, $1? I exclaimed audibly. It was so shocking to me. So anyhow, all right. Well, great talk today, Chris. Enough from us. Let's send it out to our dad joke correspondent in the field. Take it away, Wes.
Hey, Aaron, Chris, I'm here at the local Radio Shack. There's a big community event going on. They're trying to spread the word. There's a lot of computer viruses going around, and they said in order to prevent them, you have to take screenshots. Anyways, back to you guys.
All right, great job as always, Wes. Stay safe out there in Dadville, and we'll see you tomorrow. Well, welcome back to another great day. I'm Aaron, and that's Chris, and we're glad you're here. This part of our show is called The Word of Wisdom. This is where we'll take a minute to go through a proverb or wise saying and then give you our take. Here we go.
Today's word of wisdom comes to us from Proverbs 19:25. There's a couple of translations here. If you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. If you correct the wise, they will be all the wiser. Another version says, strike a scoffer for refusing to learn, and the naive may be warned and become prudent. Reprimand one who has understanding and a teachable spirit, and he will gain knowledge and insight.
Great, Chris. That's awesome. And thanks for reading us both of those translations. I think the New Living Translation is really a lot easier to understand, and the Amplified gives some context to the verse, but uses some difficult vocabulary words. But as you said once, if we don't use these words, we'll never learn them. So
there we go.
There we go indeed. Well, here's a quick little thought on this. There is a great difference between the person who learns from criticism and the person who refuses to accept correction. How we respond to criticism determines whether or not we grow in wisdom. So just like on Friday, Kathy read to us how we respond to compliments, whether we respond with humility or whether we respond with pride, same exact concept when responding to criticism. So the next time someone criticizes you, listen carefully to all that's said. You just might learn something.
You know what, Aaron? It can be tough when someone points out how you did something wrong or that you are wrong. That can sting. That can sting real bad.
I once recorded a podcast where I said the word fitted and was texted by about a dozen people.
Did it sting a little bit?
And I thought, oh no, I'm a fool. I've made a mistake. And then I knew that those people were correcting me in love so that I wouldn't make that same mistake again.
It says here, if you are willing to be corrected, you'll be all the wiser.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like a Pokemon. I leveled up. Hey, I want to encourage you guys before we move on to pause the show real quick. Talk about a time maybe you've been criticized in love and how you responded. Or maybe you were criticized and you didn't respond in love and what you learned from that. And maybe just have a great and open, candid conversation. Take a couple minutes and join us back for the closing. We'll be back. All right, Chris, let's cue the music and wrap things up. Our mission here is to encourage interaction, creativity, and conversation. So even though today's show may be coming to an end, that doesn't mean your discussions have to come to an end. Whatever you do today, we just hope you make it another
great
day. See you tomorrow. I'm no longer Charizard. I'm Charmander.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Is that the right way? What's the little one? Charmeleon, Charizard, and Charmander?
If there are any Pokemon experts out there in the world who want to leave a voice recording at anothergreatdaypodcast@gmail.com who can explain to us about our Charmander, Charizard dilemma. We don't know the full evolution of these characters. It'll be fun.
For the record, it goes Charizard, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. So I described de-evolution and not evolution.
What about Mega Charizard, Ultra Charizard
XY? There, it gets really complicated. There's also, here's an easy one, Mew and Mewtwo. Pikachu and Raichu. Ghastly
it's
and
Pichu.
Haunter. Oh,
The
it's
original
right. Pichu
is
Pikachu.
then Pikachu.
Raichu. I know this because of Smash Brothers.
This is a really useful conversation. Thank you,
Yep.
everybody out there. We love the Pokemon pocket monsters.
Yes.
Watch out for them.
Yes, you got to catch them. Not just a few of them. You got to catch all of them.
The end.